Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums, 'tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, I just want to talk about bugs that still exist inside of No Man's Sky. And as soon as I logged in, here's my Corvette ship. This is my Scorpion ship. But as you can see, there is another ship grafted into my ship right now. Or there was, it's just taken off and flown out. But there was a load of flags on top, and there was a big end of it sticking out the back here. I'm still getting ships landing inside my ship and getting amalgamated Corvettes, and that's a bit of a bug. Anyway, these are not going to be in any particular order, but I will be showcasing them, I guess. Okay, so the next bug is if you have a personal shield, one of these, if you go over to people that are away from their actual keyboard, you can actually drag them along using this. I mean, look, see, it just moved then, look. You can drag them. Now, this wasn't a problem. You could just move them to somewhere funny before, somewhere in the spatial anomaly, hide them behind a box or something. But now, with a bit of patience, you can drag players over to the teleporter, into the teleporter, over and aboard your freighter, well, your Corvette, sorry, I should say. And then once you've got them aboard your Corvette, you can then take them wherever you like in the galaxy. You could take them to a deadly planet, drop them in a volcano. Or just land on a planet, drag them out of your ship where there's aggressive sentinels. Or, even if there's not aggressive sentinels, if they've got their PvP turned on, you can just shoot them with your multi-tool and completely end their game. So, yeah. So a lot of the time now, I play with the game with allow PvP set to no one. I also play quite often, and not, inside of creative mode. Because inside of creative mode, you don't actually get damage from the sentinels. So if you are going to be away from keyboard for a long time, I would strongly suggest turning off your PvP and also maybe putting yourself in creative mode. So if they go and drag you to a horrible planet, it's not going to end your days inside of No Man's Sky. Another bug is base pictures. Sometimes they go like this. And sometimes it says Mecha Diplo. That's not my Mecha Diplo. And if I go on to the next page, you can see there the crab feeder has got exactly the same thumbnail. I don't know why they inherit the same pictures. I don't know why some of the pictures go all squiffy like this. But base pictures are pretty broken. Sometimes when teleporting to bases, when you've got your Corvette as your main ship, although that they've fixed the placement of the Corvette ship and it doesn't ingress to your actual base, sometimes when you teleport, you end up inside of your Corvette, but not inside of your Corvette's area where you can traverse. I'm actually stuck in its wing right now, people. So if I go into camera mode, I don't even think I can fly. No, I can't even fly out on camera mode to show you where I am. But trust me, I'm grafted inside of one of the side wings right now, and the only way to get around this is to completely crash out a game and reload and hope that there hasn't been an auto save, which there has just been an auto save, so I'm going to have to go to the restore point before that. Okay, chums, so this is one of my bases that I built. This was actually featured by Hello Games as one of their featured bases going back years ago when we just had prefab parts and a few other bits and bobs. And yeah, so this is a non-glitched base. I did this without any wire glitching. But look, just there is somebody else's base. And it's inside of my base building confines. I mean, they haven't built on top of my base. It's pretty darn cool that they haven't, because they quite easily could have. They could have upset my base and built all over it if they wanted to. At the moment, you can expand your base. I'm not going to go into exactly how you go about doing that. But you can build right up next door to other people's bases. There's a couple of ways of doing it, in fact. But none of those ways have been fixed. And all of those ways have been documented, video evidenced, and sent to the Zendesk and Hello Games. And I don't think they can fix it. And it still remains a bug to this day. And now I tend to only build bases that I can rebuild within an hour. I don't build anything that I'm overly passionate about, just in case someone builds on top of it and completely ruins it. And for me, that's kind of half killed base building for me. I mean, whenever you try to share out a screenshot of your base or you're doing a video, you've got to be really careful that you don't show the portal code. And that's just the state of affairs at the moment. Okay, well, one of the things that I was going to mention is the Sentinel threat level, or also, you know, the Void, the Brood Mother. Well, they don't attack your settlements. I've just gone to my settlements and all 4 of them are under attack right now, people. Well, it looks like they may have fixed that. So I'm going to be putting myself back into normal mode. And I'm going to go and fend them off. I was going to point that out as being a bug, but maybe they've fixed it. And maybe I haven't realised they've fixed it because I play in creative mode to protect myself from away from keyboard or from other roustabouts. That could be why. Alright, well, looks like there might be some fun to be had. Down at my settlements. Let's go and fend it off. I'll reconvene after I've fended off my settlements and let you know what went on. Or I'll fend off one and see if there's anything worth documenting. Captain Steve, oh Captain Steve, oh Captain. Heck yeah. Why not hit that like and subscribe? Thank you very much. It's actually under attack by these little green critters, not sentinels. Pretty cool. Take that, green critters. So yeah, I just thought I'd put this in here just to let you know that this didn't work before, and now it's actually working. So this is cool. Like, yeah. Is there like a way of stopping these things from coming? How many do I have to take out? I don't know. Is there like a big one of these? I don't know. Right, let's get up to some higher ground. Let's have a look-see around, shall we? Take that, you! You're going to retreat. 3 biological horrors remaining. We got them all. Heck yes. Okay, now this settlement seems to be working okay. When you go to settlement history, in here it shows that I've been the overseer for 3 months and 7 days. Now, not all of my settlements were showing that. Some of them were showing me as being the overseer for freaking countless years. So I'll show you all my others, and if I come across one with weird stats, I'll be sure to let you know. Sometimes I'm warping. There's all these black sort of like bits all over the screen. No, they've disappeared now, but I think you would have seen them. So something that is happening at settlements, which still appears to be some kind of bug to me, is there is no vendors. Sometimes there are, and other times there aren't. Just depends how lucky you get with a reload. So yeah, no vendors inside of the marketplace. Oh, I've got a vile brood to a fight against. Nice! So yeah, I've done 2 of the settlements. 2 of them were the green guys. This one is a vile brood mother. Pretty awesome. Nice, so we are getting actual encounters at our settlements. That seems to be fixed. So this is one of the ones that's bugged out. So you can see there, 56 years and 6 months. 2 of my settlements have got the correct stats. And this one, my autophage one, the one that I really don't want to delete, is one of the ones that's foobarred. This settlement was saying it was under attack. I'm here. There's no attack going on. Bit weird. Ah, very weird. Very weird indeedy doody. Let's head on over here. Oh, here we go. Something's now kicking off. It just took a little while for it to realise that there was an attack. Alright. Take that, you! It's another void mother one. I'll have a look at the sentinel, because none of these were sentinel attacks, which is a bit weird. Yeah, I don't think my sentinel alert level is actually working. I mean, none of these were sentinel attacks. They're all monstrosities or what are they? The brood mother attacks. So I think the sentinel attacks, I don't think they happen as regularly as they are supposed to. I don't know though. It could be a feature, could be a bug. So chums, next off, I'm going to be showing you a system that the actual space station is inside of an asteroid field caused by the rings of a planet. And as you fly in there and get out of your ship, depending on how powerful your machine is, your game's going to crash. Okay, right, anyway, there's the first 4 coordinates. But if you come in here, be warned, make sure you've backed up your save and all that sort of shenanigans. Now, I haven't been here since 2023. So it could be that they've fixed this. This is going to be a very good test. Now, I've already Zendesked this. I've sent it over to them ages ago. I've not seen it in any of their patch notes that it's been fixed. I mean, there's a few systems out there where the space station sits inside of the rings of a giant ringed planet. So this could be affecting more than 1 or 2 systems. But that's the coordinates, and this is inside of Euclid. And I'm going to be jumping through the portal and testing it. Right, chums, well, they may have fixed this, because this is now an outlaw station, and I'm looking at it, And the station, I think, is outside of the rings, isn't it? Oh, no. No, it's not. It's still in the rings. This probably is going to still break my system. For a second there, I thought maybe they'd moved it. My suggestion would be, if a station touches the rings of a planet, inside of the code, just turn that system into an Uncharted system. Okay, so this used to crash my game before, as soon as I jump out the ship and try walking around. Let's see how we get on. Well, it's not crashing, but geez Louise, does it look weird. Yeah, before I was getting like 2-3 frames per second. So it looks like they may have actually fixed that one, which is freaking awesome. Well done, Hello Games. Yeah, I'll just give them a little thumbs up for that. Boom. So that's no longer existing. Yeah, now one of the biggest bugs that's been reported to me that I've yet to have tested, and I'm going to be testing it right now, is if you land your Corvette ship and board your freighter. So there we go, boarding freighter in my Corvette. That sound effect is blinking loud, isn't it, compared to all the other sound effects in the game, the freighter sound effect. Right, teleport aboard your freighter. And then you need, I need to go to the center of the galaxy, because this only happens when you change galaxies. So here you go. I'm going to go to the center of the galaxy and I'll reconvene in a moment. Okay, I'll just walk to my base at the center of the galaxy, and my Corvette is kind of in the way of, like, everything. I can't get out of my base. I can't get out of here. I can get back to my base teleporter terminus, but that is really annoying. They need to fix where your actual ship appears. Can I stick it outside of there? No. I can't. Great fun. Alright, fun times. Yeah, right, so I'm on my freighter. I'm going to beam aboard my freighter like so. And you head on up to the console. You have to make sure your freighter has got its warp drives fully charged. Lovely. And then what you do is you jump galaxy to the next galaxy using your freighter with your Corvette still docked to it. Okay, so here we go. If I just change that to Galactic Core, like there. Boom. I've got to jump here, then recharge my engines, and then jump again. Cool. There we go. Okay, so I've just jumped. The next jump I do would be to the Galactic Center. So I need to go to my freighter, make sure the warp drives are definitely full, and use the warp map. Now, a lot of people use their freighters because I think it negates everything breaking like it does on your ships. But here we go. Let's warp to the Galactic Center in the freighter with the Corvette ship attached to its dock. Let's see what this does to my save. Okay, so while this is doing all this, let me read out exactly what it says. In fact, well, I can't actually bring it over. Of course I can. Here we go. So I can't really zoom in much more than that. So this actually details all the issue. And this was first demonstrated by this chap over here. So thank you, and credits go to this chap. But yeah, I'm putting my legacy save at risk because apparently this does all sorts of crazy stuff. This is the first time I've actually tested it, so let's see if it happens. Woo. It came up Hilbert Dimension. Begin initialization. Now, his temperature was like a weird temperature. I mean, I'm on an icy cold planet. And the temperature looks fine. So perhaps I'm going to be okay. Perhaps this issue has already been foundicated and fixticated. I mean, I did send it over to Hello Games via the Zendesk and also to a contact at Hello Games because I felt that it needed urgent attention. But after the initialization, it's done something rather weird. I could hear a heartbeat and then it's done this warp thing. Is that? I don't think it's always done that, has it? We've got a load of this black speckledy after artifact-y type stuff. Artifacts. It's more of a visual thing, that. Yeah. Okay. How's my temperature now? Is it still good? It's not showing my temperature. It's got my Corvette is over there. So the person actually said that their Corvette didn't appear on their menu anymore. Well, my Corvette's there. And I can actually call it to me as well. Ha 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 ha! So I think they fixed that issue. If it was an issue, it's now fixticated. Heck yes! So that, although there's some issues inside of games still, I mean, there's some that I haven't talked about. There's a couple of others that are a little bit dodgy. It's like, say if I put a stool or a seat here that you can interact with, right? So if I go into insides and I grab a chair, chair. Right, it's got to be a chair that you can sit on. So if I put, say, this chair right here, yeah? And then if I put, I don't know, something just to cover this doorway, I'll do it from this side because I don't want to get myself stuck in there completely, right? I put that there, yeah? That's the only door into that room, right? If you're outside of your ship, you can sometimes interact with the chair that's inside of that room. I mean, I've got fungal clusters in there and all sorts of stuff at the moment, so I might not be able to. There you go. It came up for a second there. There you are. And now I've sat on it. If somebody in multiplayer did this and they haven't got base rights or anything like that, as soon as they get off this chair, they're then stuck in this little mini prison cell. And people are doing this, putting a room right near to their ramp, so and closing the hatch. So rather than open the hatch, you go and sit in a chair and you end up being stuck as their prisoner inside of their ship forever and a day. But you know, I'm okay. I mean, I own the ship, so I can delete the chair and I can... Oh God, I deleted something now. Oh God, okay, what am I trying? I want to delete the poxy chair. There you go. Lovely. So that's a little bug that still exists, and I don't know whether Hello Games can get around that one. But yeah, people can make prison ships, so just be very, very careful of that as well, people. So we've done quite a lot of bug testing. Some bugs remain. Some bugs, I'm glad to report, have been fixticated. Anyway, I'm going to reload. I don't want to be in Hilbert Dimension. So I think the final bug that I want to end off on is if you actually launch a Nexus mission from over here, like collect activated idiom, initialize mission, yeah, I want to start the mission. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Start mission. Yeah, I'm okay to do it alone. Leg it back over to your Corvette. When you fly on out to do the actual mission itself, sometimes you don't get given the mission marker. Now, there is a little bit of a workaround and a bit of a fix for it, which I can demonstrate if the bug actually happens. It doesn't always happen. It's just every now and again it happens. So let's have a look. Let's see if it's still a thing. Let's fly it out and let's give it a test. The best way to test a bug is to test it. There it goes. There we go. Let's go. Is it going to warp me somewhere? No, it's just going to take me out. Now, what I'm looking for is the mission marker. And there it is. It's actually given me the mission marker this time. Sometimes when you're actually running a mission inside the Corvette, if it doesn't give you a mission marker, you go into your log and you should have a button down here that says to reset the mission. Resetting the mission will then give you that actual marker. But for me right now, it's actually worked. So that's pretty darn freaking awesome. So chums, so I've shown you some bugs that still exist inside of today's No Man's Sky. And I've just tested some of the bugs that were still lingering from like 2024, 2023, and proven that those are no longer there. So the whole point of this video is to show the importance of reporting your bugs to the Zendesk and over to Hello Games, or letting content creators know that it's a thing so they can test it and get it over to whichever channels they've got. So thank you very much for watching this video, people. And I put links inside the video description to the Zendesk so you can report any bugs that I haven't covered that you've come across. But until next time, people, I feel rather confident around the way that No Man's Sky is at the moment. And the main reason I made this video is there was a bug the other day, the whole thing of dragging players and kidnapping them, that I've highlighted to Hello Games to get it fixed. And in that video, I did mention that, you know, at the moment I'm feeling a bit disgruntled. There's a lot of niggles inside of the verse that are putting me off of picking up and playing No Man's Sky. And although that is true, I kind of feel that I have to point out the positives that the Zendesk has and Hello Games' efforts to stamp out these bugs. And although that I might be feeling a slight niggle at the moment about picking up, it's more of an intrepidation. What am I going to experience today? Is it going to run seamlessly? Am I going to have to find some crazy workaround? Am I going to get hit with a load of comments of people saying that they've lost everything inside a game because of griefers? You know, but all we can do is report these issues and they will get fixed. Now, I sat on that video for a little while wondering whether I should put it live or not put it live to let people know. But I think the best way to get a spotlight on these issues is to document it in a video and get the video over to the Zendesk as quickly as possible. So from this point onwards, I think rather than look at bugs as being a complete negative, is to just document them, share them, get them out there as soon as possible and get them fixed and highlight the issues to the community rather than shield it from the community, report it in the background and wait for it to be fixed. It's best to let people know straight away. And I think that's a slight lesson learned. And I have to say a massive thank you to Professor Cynical for the additional testing that he did around the dragging of players and taking them aboard ships and how that can open up an exploit to understanding where that person's hub zone is and their bases, and then putting their bases at risk as well. It's a bigger issue. It's a bigger can of worms than I originally knew about. And because I shared it with Professor Cynical and he did the additional testing, it showed even more exploitive type stuff. So this community is freaking awesome, and other content creators out there are freaking awesome in getting this stuff fixed and tested as well. So anyway, there we are. That's everything I've got for you, chums. So yeah, links to the Zendesk. If I haven't covered a bug that you're experiencing, let Hello Games know ASAP. Goodbye, and goodbye again.